Good morning. It is Monday, June 10th, 2024. I'm Thomas Caldwell of the Aurelian Column, and this is the Monday Morning Report. Scott Ritter, a man who can be called a peace activist at this point in his career, he's a former weapons inspector for the UN and a U.S. Marine intelligence officer. He had his passport seized at JFK Airport as he was on his way to attend an economic summit in St. Petersburg, Russia. According to Mr. Ritter, the passport was taken from him plainside by immigration personnel. While no reason was given, and he said that there was no receipt given. The man is now without a passport. Mr. Ritter was then escorted from the airport and told he was free to go. The man was not wanted by the police, nor was he under any court order to remain in the United States. He was just robbed of his right to travel for unknown reasons. Now, if this does not scare you, I strongly recommend you re-examine your priorities. This is big, and it's getting bigger. The Biden administration is showing its true face, and it's also displaying the future of the United States and what life will be like here in the years ahead. The mask is off, and those who are truly evil are showing their ugly faces for all the world to see. Speaking of Mr. Biden, the current president attended D-Day anniversary celebrations in France, the commemoration of the Allied invasion of Europe during the Second World War, which occurred 80 years ago in 1944. Mr. Biden gave a speech which was rather inappropriate to the event, and I would recommend people check it out for themselves and watch it in its entirety. It's a bit embarrassing, but not as embarrassing as what happened afterward. Mr. Biden bent over as if he was defecating, and afterward he was quickly escorted offstage by his wife. If you watch the video of the event, you should take notice of the facial expressions of the French president and First Lady. After Mr. Biden departed, it was the French president that ended up shaking the hands of all the American war veterans, and Mr. Biden didn't. There was no official word or statement pertaining to the president's countenance. The mainstream media didn't seem to show interest in the incident either, but I would recommend everyone check out the speech and the video of just after and judge for yourself. On more or less the same topic, the Biden administration is continuing to play nuclear brinkmanship with the Russian Federation, in spite of very specific warnings and threats by President Vladimir Putin and other members of his government that the U.S. aid to Ukraine has gone and is going too far. The Biden people just seem to be ignoring it. Meanwhile, the doomsday clock maintained by the Bureau of the Atomic Scientists still has about 90 seconds to go before midnight, and that's the closest it's ever been. And going back to Scott Ritter, he did attend the summit in St. Petersburg via video link-up. This reporter did watch the panel discussion he participated in. It was interesting, but unremarkable. Ironically, by preventing Mr. Ritter from traveling, more attention is now being paid to him and the conference than otherwise would have been. This morning I learned there's going to be a press conference on Wednesday, June 12th, that Mr. Ritter and others will be holding, and they'll be doing so at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. The topic will be the threat of nuclear war. There are many places on the net you can find it. If you go to the website schillerinstitute.com, that's Schiller Institute, SCHILLER, institute.com. You'll find information there on how to watch it. Another anniversary celebrated last week, although celebrate is not the appropriate word, is that of the attack on the USS Liberty by Israeli armed forces in 1967. The attack resulted in the wounding of 177 Americans and another 34 killed. The story of the Liberty, the brutal attack at the hands of Israel, and the heroism of those who fought to save their ship and crewmates, and the subsequent cover-up is a very long and detailed story, but every American should know all about it. There are several good documentaries on this horrible act that are easily found. YouTube is one place, but I would also recommend BitChute, as that is far less censored. Just type in USS Liberty and just go from there. You can also go to the website usslibertyveterans.org. Again, that's usslibertyveterans.org, and learn what the men who survived that day have to say about the incident. In terms of books, there's one that was brought to my attention that I haven't gotten to yet, but I've seen the author give interviews several times over the years, and I found his analysis and insight quite interesting. And that is a man named J. Michael Waller, J. Michael Waller, Waller. He's no stranger to the world of intelligence and geopolitics. He's written a book entitled Big Intel, How the CIA Went from Cold War Heroes to Deep State Villains. It's on my reading list, and you folks might want to check it out as well. You may also want to check out an interview Mr. Waller did with Tucker Carlson very recently about the deep state and the turmoil he's predicting stemming from the upcoming election if Donald Trump should win. His analysis is, to put it mildly, quite disturbing. You can find out more about him and his work at centerforsecuritypolicy.com. That is centerforsecuritypolicy.com. Well, that's it for today. If you like what you hear, please like and subscribe. Pass this podcast off to others. Look for my written work when it comes out. Consider a paid subscription or a donation. It'll help me keep things going here. Meanwhile, until next week, be good, be safe, be vigilant, and good day.